The Curse of Robert could have been a film that I absolutely love because I love creepy doll films. Unfortunately, I was exceptionally let down for many, many reasons. This film was released in 2016, written and directed by Andrew Jones, and stars, among others, Nigel Barber, Lee Bane, and Tiffany Ceri. And as I'm sure you can imagine, this is about a doll called Robert. And the description from IMDb is as follows. A cash-strapped student who starts working the night shift at a museum suspects that one of the exhibits, a creepy vintage doll named Robert, is alive and wreaking havoc after hours. Now, I have to say I like the atmosphere of the night shift at the museum. I think they got the atmosphere very well. I think the set design was pretty decent. And when I say atmosphere, I don't mean that it was creepy. I just mean it didn't just feel like an empty museum. It felt real. It felt like what I would have expected from that. And that's about as good as it gets. The acting is not great. It's not the worst acting I've ever seen, but it's not great. And the narrative is just very dull. Credit where credit's due. It gets to the point quickly. We meet Robert quickly enough, but the apparent fear just isn't scary. Robert looks creepy. As a doll, he definitely looks eerie. And that could have led to a lot of really creepy situations, but I didn't find him creepy enough. He doesn't feel like he's a doll that could come to life. He does just look like a creepy doll. He doesn't seem to have any personality or spirit. He's creepy, but he still looks like a creepy doll. Never did I feel like he was alive. I never felt like he was possessed or like he was alive in any way. He was just a toy. And that kind of is part of the reason why this wasn't creepy, because I didn't believe it. And obviously you need to suspend disbelief, but with things like Chucky and Annabelle, it's very easy to believe. And Brahms as well. So this had a lot of potential, because those films do work very well, but the narrative was dull. Nothing really happened. It was not scary at all. The sound effects, the music didn't really faze me. Not bad. Wasn't bad. I'm not saying it's bad, but it wasn't anything to write home about. The acting was mediocre. And the weird thing is that there are, I believe, 3 or 4 sequels to this. Which, if the team behind it enjoyed making it and want to make more, that's perfectly fine. Because they're perfectly allowed to. But for an audience, I don't know how there is still an audience, so I don't know if they're making any money off of this. It's obviously very low budget. I don't know how low, because I can't find that information on IMDb, but apparently it had a worldwide gross of $19,000, which to me would be a lot of money, but for a film, it's definitely not. And yet I kind of also feel like that would have been profit for them based on how poor this film is. It's a shame. Usually I would like at least something about a creepy doll film, because it's one of my favourite subgenres. I really absolutely love it. But there was nothing there. And I think I found the problem. I just went onto the writer-director's page on IMDb. And in 2020, he wrote 3 screenplays. In 2019, he wrote 6. 4 in 2018, and so on and so forth. So I think we need less quantity and significantly more quality. And maybe it would actually be a bit more decent. I'm not going to watch the sequels. Actually, you know what? I might. I'm not going to go out of my way, but if the opportunity comes up pretty easily, I might watch the second film, which is called Robert Reborn. But beyond that, I don't know. The second one has a very low rating as well, but it looks like it has some other creepy dolls in, so we'll see. But for right now, I think the writer-director needs to actually chill and put some effort into the ones that exist, rather than just churning them out and hoping for the best. It's not a film that I would recommend at all.